What up, Raider Nation? It's time to flow on a Saturday like the autumn wind, man. I got no mic intact right here. Here's our mic right here. Booyah, in pieces. There we go. We're flowing though on a Saturday like the autumn wind, baby. I hope everybody's having a good one. You see it right here, the tailgate, the new Raider World Order going down. Hey, let's schedule, baby. It's coming. It's coming. Iced coffees, they're there at Jack in a Box if you need them. They're there. They got these delicious beverages there, chilled for a hot day. And we got a hat story that's going to come up here. Maybe we'll start this off with a hat story today. What we're talking is defense, man. We're going to talk about the defense. Three key players for me on defense, man. You got Trayvon Mullen, you got Max Crosby, and now the man holding it down at the linebacker core. You got Corey Littleton, man, who's supposed to wear the number 42. Are you kidding me? That's my number, baby, 42. What's good, Fred? What's going down? I hope you are well, man. You know, sitting for 7 weeks, man. I'm definitely feeling it. What's happening, Fierce Raider? What's going down, brother? I hope you guys are good, man. I hope to see you guys at a tailgate this year, man. It's going to be some good times. That's right, Fred. That's realistic, man. 9-7, man. 9-7, baby. Let's get to winning. Let's get to winning, man. Let's focus on winning. Let's develop that winning mentality. Super Bowl 37, man. Let's feed off that, dude. Let's get that. So, yeah, the key today, man, I want to talk about the key three defensive players, Trayvon Mullen, Corey Littleton, Max Crosby. I look at all three phases, man. What's up, Brandon? What's going down, buddy? A beautiful Saturday, man. We got our weather back. It's hot outside. We got iced coffees in the house. It's going to be good. We're getting ready for the tailgate coming up, man. We're hoping we have a football season. All this falls into place and that we are tailgating in the city of Las Vegas, bringing that culture from California to the state of Nevada, man, and live it up, man. So what's up, brother? I appreciate you guys, man. So real quick, let's just start off with a hat story, man. I'm going to tell you a quick story during the recession, man. During the recession, the neighborhood where I happened to buy a house back in '05, of course, I paid way too much for my house back when they told you it was time to buy a house and you should buy a house. I bought a house. The market crashed. My neighborhood became a ghost town, man. So it happened to be a homeowners association over there. So my neighbor, who was like the leader of the homeowner association, or the guy that was in charge, he was in everybody's business. You know how those people are, and this guy, he's one of those dudes. He did his time, man. He did his time, in prison and all that. He had his sleeves, he's all sleeved up, all up. And, I thought it was cool, like we were cool and all that. And so but long story short, man, he got real nosy with neighbors. So in our neighborhood, every house, like literally like every other house was empty. So it was like a ghost town. People were ripping off all the appliances in their house, tearing their houses apart. Long story short, he comes to my door one day. He's like, Dave, you got squatters next door. I go, dude, I think people are just moving in next door, and he's like, no, man, you got squatters. Trust me, dude. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to bug them, dude. I don't know who these people are and what they're doing in this house. And it was just funny, dude, because the way he walked away, he's like, I'm calling the cops. That's it. I'm calling the cops. So this guy calls the cops. This guy was just moving in next door. And sure enough, like a couple days go by, the cops go, they check the dudes out. Like, yeah, he just bought this house, all that. And so, a couple days later, I get home from work, dude, and this guy comes over and he's apologizing. He's like, hey, man, I'm sorry about the other day. Any confusion? I go, dude, I'm like, that wasn't me, bro. I'm pointing like two houses down. Like, it's that guy, bro, that you got to watch. Long story short, he sees my garage. He sees Raider gear up everywhere. And he goes, oh, I'm a Raider fan, Dave. Dave, man, trust me. I like the Raiders, man. It's cool. I'm like, no, it's cool, bro. He's like, I'm going to get you a hat. I'm like, no, bro, you don't have to get me no hat. No, nothing. But anyway, long story short, a couple days later comes by, bro. Homeboy got me this hat. This hat was like, so I think this was like the 2010 year. By that time, 2010, that's when the market kind of hit really hard and we went completely flat. But this was the hat, dude. I got this hat for free because of a snitch neighbor 2 houses down that caught the cops on him. And anyway, I just thought I'd share that story, man. So, but anyway, man, what do you guys want to chat up, man? We want to talk about this defense, man. I'm really excited, man, to talk about Corey Littleton, what he's going to bring to the table, man. Now that we've got the draft behind us, we got key pieces in place. I really wanted to talk about this defense and the difference that we might see this year. I'm thinking like we're going to be leaning towards maybe a top 15 defense. You got a guy like Corey Littleton's going to be pretty much manning the middle, dude, and with that rangy speed, how he takes the right angles. He's a good tackling linebacker, man. He can get to the quarterback. I think he had 3.5 sacks last year, man. This stuff that's starting to brew on my mind really excites me, man, because you know, we saw the difference with Vontez Burfict, you know, in the lineup last year, man, and what he was doing in those first 4-5 games or so, you know, at the linebacker position, the difference that he was making, how things were a little bit more organized on the defense. Not that, you know, they did get blown out in week 2 in the second quarter by Kansas City, but just how things seemed a little bit more organized with that solid middle linebacker in there in place. You know, I'm just really, man, just been kind of, you know, it's been sitting on my brain ever since I saw him rocking that number 42, man, and that's what really I'm stoked about that, man. So I apologize in the back. Love it. Jose Francis, let me pop this question up here. So right there, man, we got Jose Francisco right here. Great question. Thoughts on Joyner going back to safety, man? Well, here's the thing with Joyner playing free safety now. Update me on that. Is that going to be him at free safety? I would imagine so. He wouldn't fit good at strong safety at all. But Joyner at a free safety position is where you want him, man. He can track the football. You know, his Rams film really shows that, man. When they moved him to free safety at times, and they had him in, you know, of course they played him at nickel and all that, but he's definitely good at tracking the football once it's in the air at free safety. So I like that. Putting him in the nickel and having him matched up on the line, playing off a few yards, just seemed like he saw the back of his jersey the whole year. So really like that. And not only that, but I did read a little bit about that. I saw the headline on it, but oh, okay, I'll get to that question real soon too. And but I do like the question. I love the question. I think if you're gonna keep LaMarcus Joyner on your roster, play him at safety, at free safety. That's his strength. Nickel, that's asking a little too much. Then again, we had the big hole at linebacker, so he could have been making up, filling that void, you know, that the Raiders have had at linebacker. To hear Whitehead, man, you know, we were all very supportive of him, but it just was not working at, you know, he was just for $6 million. I believe he's making $6 million a year. Just was not working, man. So we'll go to the next question here, man. So according to Colin Cowherd, our defense will be one of the worst defenses in the league, and everybody has already figured out our offense. Yeah, well, yeah, we do. Well, it depends, because Abram can play free safety, you know, as well. I mean, they had Abram last year at free safety, but like according to Colin Cowherd, man, well, here's the thing, man. Colin Cowherd is a harsh critic, man. So, and he has had to eat his words a lot of times, man. So he's been wrong. There's been times he's been right. And there's a lot of times he's been wrong. Where it sucks where he was right, man, is he did kind of predict us going in the downfall back in 2003. I remember hearing him on the radio back then, and that, you know, that's always had a bone to, you know, that's always created a bone to pick for us Raider fans with Colin Cowherd. I think that's an extreme take from Colin Cowherd if that's what he said. You know, I mean, because I mean, really, we haven't really presented anything on the field yet with the personnel. I mean, so you got Henry Ruggs now, 4.28 speed, you know, 4.25 on his pro day. So you got speed right there on the field. You're adding receivers like Brian Edwards, man, who's got the hands. He can fight for the football. You got the tight ends in place, man. You got Foster Moreau coming off one of the better rookie year than you know, some of the other tight ends that came out last year. You know, so I mean, he had a solid. I mean, so you got the double tight end set. You know, and not only that. You know, Gruden basically Gruden, you know, discussing the game plan with his personnel now. You know, I don't think everybody has the Raiders figured out. This NFL. You know, I think that's a little extreme take on his part. But you know, I appreciate you bringing that to the table, man, because I really did not catch it. I've not seen any news this week, man. And you know, when it comes to that stuff, it's said that yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'll check it out. I'll look into it, you know, but I mean, as far as defense getting figured out, man, I think you have to see that personnel on the field, man. So, you know, let's see what this offense looks like with Derek Carr, or maybe Marcus Mariota at quarterback, man. I've been watching a lot of Marcus Mariota, his film, man, last year, and that RPO offense. I mean, I know he doesn't have the greatest arm, but what are they going to mix in their playbook, man? What kind of looks are we going to get? We got guys like Lynn Bowden Jr., dude, who's going to mix up those packages, man. You got Marcus Mariota now. You bring him for a couple series. You can mix up your packages, your looks, open up your playbook. I mean, with more personnel, you're going to open up your playbook. So we haven't seen that yet. So Colin Cowherd is just a little he's just a little harsh on the team, man. He's been harsh on the Raiders. I mean, and I apologize for the green screen a little bit here, man. I'll fix that up a little bit here real quick. Let me clean that up just a little bit. There we go. It just kind of There we go, right there. There we go. So yeah, man. Yeah, man, you're gonna have some critics out there with this team, and what John Gruden's doing, and um, we got to win, man. Winning cures everything, man. If the Raiders can win, you silence the critics, man, and that's what this really comes down to. So, but as far as the defense goes, man, I mean, that's what I'm looking at 3 phases, man. You got Trayvon Mullen. We got to respect what he can do. He had the 50+ tackles. He had the 1 interception. The 3 near pick sixes. Man, he breaks that. He gets that ball secured in his hands. I mean, we're talking pick sixes, a few of them for Trayvon Mullen last year, and he really showed. Oh, my lighting's off. It's really throwing this green screen off. But yeah. So I think we got key pieces at the positions. I mean, as far as like the secondary, linebacking, the defensive front. I mean, you got Max Crosby, 10 sacks, 10+ sacks. Could have had more if he played the whole season. You got your answer now at linebacker. You got a cornerback in Trayvon Mullen, and then all the draft picks everything's gonna fall into place there. So it's one of those it's one of them situations, man, where you got a whole new team, man. We added 7 players in the draft. Quite a bit in free agency. Now you can rotate now with the new CBA agreement. You're going to be able to rotate offensive linemen. Not only that, man, the Raiders, they got stronger up from the John Simpson selection from Clemson, man. That's a big deal, man, right there to get John Simpson, when they selected him. And, actually, I believe they traded up to get him. So, with guys like that on the offensive side, man, now you have depth, you have more personnel, and, it's just good. I mean, I think our offensive line's 10 times better from when Jack Del Rio, was on board, man, because, guys like John Feliciano that we were waiting for to see when he was going to turn the corner, even though I liked him. And, let's get into this right here, man, because this is a steal. Jose Francisco, man, Amik Robertson is going to be a steal, bro. And that is facts, man. To get that guy, I had him in my mocks. I'm in a draft league, dude, and what we do is we compete, and I had the Colts, and Amik Robinson was a 2nd round prospect, solid on everybody's board, man. And for him to slip into the when they get him in the 5th, 4th round, I mean, so in the 4th round they get him in the 4th round, and it's like that's just a steal right there with the speed, his ability at the 14 interceptions, man. When you see that on the guy's resume, I mean, that's just huge stuff, man. And now you have that true nickel guy. And that's why we're talking about LaMarcus Joyner moving to safety, what we had talked about earlier. That makes up for that, man. When you have that guy that has that knack for the football, game-changing type ability, man, turnovers are key, man. It's like, I mean, yeah, NFL offenses, man, some offenses generate a turnover or 2 a game, but it's when your defense can get the ball back for you as well. So yeah, man. And as far as just so you guys know real quick, in this chat or in this show, in the description, there's links in the description. So if you guys want to get gear like I got the nRWo tailgate shirt on, man, you can check it out. It's nrwo.store. You can go check it out, get gear for the family when the time's right, man. But I'm looking forward to tailgating this year in Las Vegas, man. And it's going to be a great time, man. MoJoe's putting a great thing together out there, man. It's going to be good food, and we're teaming up, man, and we're gonna do this thing this year, man. It's going to be a great time, man. Yeah, and man, that's another thing. I got a video for Abram coming out, man. I won't tell the title of it yet. I think it's going to excite people, but I did an Abram video last year. Abram's going to be probably one of my favorite players on this defense, man. I really like. I like defenders, man. I missed that 2000 Raiders defense, man. If you guys remember with Reagan Upshaw, that defense, man, I love that defense, man. And I just remember that like the first, I think it was week 1 when Reagan Upshaw split Ryan Leaf's chin, man. That was just like that type of defense, dude. You had Charles Woodson. I mean, it was just that defense was just strong, man, and that was the mentality that I wanted this team to feed off of for the next couple decades, and we didn't see that. So getting back to that, guys like Jonathan Abram, you're gonna, and even Vontaze Burfict, man. I mean, those type of players, man, is that's the attitude that you want to see on the defense. Now, let me pull up Fierce Raiders comment here. I'm very excited to see what our team will do this year, and I honestly hope we go at least 9-7 to shut Colin Cowherd's axe up, because he has us going 6-10 this year, and that's a disgrace, man. So if he's laying down predictions like that, I mean, this team improved to 7-9. Of course, I felt like they should have been 10-6. Those they should have won those last 3 games of the season. But this very young team. So that's a slap in the face to these young players. So I mean, look at guys like Hunter Renfrow, man. So the Raiders add 2 more receivers in this draft. You still got Hunter Renfrow, who probably could have been a 1,000-yard receiver last year had he not got hurt, had he had more playing time. I mean, so we're talking about a 1,000-yard receiving tight end already. You have a guy that I just mentioned should be a 1,000-yard wide receiver, and you have a 1,000-yard running back. So where does 6-10 come from when you got backs like Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, who's shown? And not only that, let's not forget what Clemson. Let's not forget what Clemson puts out there in the NFL, man. Which wide receivers come out of Clemson and how well they do in the NFL, very similar to Bama backs as well. And then you got the dark horse with Henry Ruggs this year, man. Henry Ruggs is going to change everything, man. He's going to change everything. That speed off the line, the hands, the nifty feet on the sidelines. I love feet, man. I love feet and catches. The art of dragging your feet, dude. Securing a catch, using your arm length, using your body control, your radius, everything to secure a catch, not only down the sideline, the back of the end zone, the corner of the end zone, the back shoulder throws, all those things, man. This is what I'm looking forward to in this offense, and this is going to help out Derek Carr, because Derek Carr, what he can do is he can put the ball up in those risky situations where these receivers go do their job. Now, if it's not clicking for Derek Carr, I think it's very clear we should all be on the same page with Derek Carr. If he can't get this offense to generate points, therefore that's a situation to be determined at that point if it's going to be Marcus Mariota stepping in. But no matter what, the pieces are in place. Winning is the goal, man. Winning is the goal. None of these NFL teams are really thinking about 6-10. And once again, I wonder what Colin Cowherd I mean, he really has been this way towards the Raiders. I mean, I think he should yeah, it's going to be extremely dangerous, man. Let me pull that up here, man. And you guys have seen that, man. The jet sweeps are going to be dangerous with Ruggs, and you've seen him do it at Alabama, man. And even on a bubble screen, man. And with adding speed and adding talent, I mean, and all that. And like I said, one thing aside from his speed, man, it's the hands too, man. It's the focus, it's the game preparation. I really think the Raiders, man, they went against the grain, dude. I mean, a lot of people had CeeDee Lamb, rightfully so, and Jerry Jeudy, rightfully so. I mean, I felt like one of the other receivers that wasn't talked about as much, T. Higgins was one that I felt, T. Higgins is one that he could have a nice NFL career ahead of him as well. So yeah, man, I just wanted to, yeah, and that's fair, Case. Let's pull that up right here, man. I think this is very fair, man. KC, welcome, dude. Welcome to the platform here, man. I'm Raider Dave. This is Grindcast Media. You can check the links in the description, man. Check out my boy MoJoe. If you have not checked out MoJoe's show, check out the nRWo tailgates, man. We're going to be putting together a tailgate, bringing excitement and just bringing that California culture as best we can to Las Vegas, man, and have some good times, man. But to get to your question, man, if Carr doesn't produce, I wouldn't mind a different quarterback, and he'll give them 4 to 5 games. I kind of read that out of order there, but that is all true, man. This is what this is, man. This is we all support. I got Derek Carr jerseys hanging up in my closet. My daughter has a Derek Carr jersey. We're supportive. Derek Carr is a draft pick that, you guys saw this year. I love the draft, man. Derek Carr is a guy that I predicted in my draft in 2014. I was ecstatic when the Raiders drafted him. However, man, things need to align in the win column, man. And that's the key, man, is winning cures all, man. And Derek Carr knows that. He knows that. And, so I'm definitely going to support him, definitely going to encourage him. But once again, the personnel is there, man. We got guys like Lynn Bowden Jr., Marcus Mariota, Derek Carr. You have multiple, and Nathan Peterman, if he makes the team and what have you there. So, but with all that, with all that personnel, man, that just enables the Raiders to change up the game plan, man. So maybe in the red zone, Now, maybe in the red zone, maybe you pull, maybe, you know, if Carr's struggling, you could pull him out in the red zone, say he gets you down the field and they're struggling in the red zone. Marcus Mariota was pretty effective in the red zone, man. You know, when you watch his tape at Tennessee, even last year through the first 5 games he played, his numbers weren't all crazy great, but they did stomp out some teams, you know, and that's what I want to see, man. I want to see us, you know, if we're going to be an 8-8 team, let's say 8-8, 9-7, right? Let's just go off that, you know. So if we go 9-7, well, I'll just say 9-7. Okay, we're 2 games better than what we did last year, and you know, so we're 2 games better than what we got than what we were last year. I want to see a couple blowouts, man. I don't want to see close wins, man. Can we blow out a team? Can we stomp on them, man? Can we step on their throat the whole entire entire game, dude? Is there going to be, because that's all I want, man. I just want that one game. Remember, like in 2016, we had that game with Tampa Bay where it was just a shootout. Derek Carr threw for 500 yards. Those type of games, man, that like, you know, where you just pound on a team and make a statement and get, you know, that'll get some attention going for the Raiders. So just want to give a shout out to Mac Bud, man. An early show, great stuff, Graham. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. And a Mac named Fred, man, my dude out here in Riverside County, man. Shout out to you, brother. I want to see how good we look against KC, and I agree, man. I want to see it. And that's why I want to talk a little bit about defense today, man, because you know, Trayvon Mullen, Max Crosby, Corey Littleton. There's your 3 core on all 3 phases right there. You know, those are your guys that are going to showcase, you know, the best. You know, that's your talent right there. And we'll see what evolves around that. You know, if Damon Arnett's going to be that cornerback number one, or he's going to be that cornerback number 2. You know what I mean? Because he's drafted 19th overall. Henry Ruggs, man, being your, you know, well, I'm going into offense, but Max Crosby last year being the sack leader, man. Is Arden Key going to feed off of that? You know what I mean? Is Cleveland Farrell going to feed off of that, man? What are we going to see from Cleveland Farrell in year 2? Mo Hurst, man. We know PJ Hall he's going to probably be most likely the odd man out when it's all said and done. But who knows? You know what I mean? Still a 2nd round pick. You don't want to see him get away. You want to see something develop there and into a Pro Bowl fashion or into a next level, you know, solid NFL fashion, you know, to a certain degree. And then Corey Littleton, we know what we're getting, man. This guy's already played in the playoff. He's had playoff experience. He's worked his way up as an undrafted free agent into a starting role. And hold on, we'll get to that, bro. And you know what I mean? So like, as far as that, he has the Super Bowl experience, all that, the tackling machine, all that. And once again, it fills a void that we haven't seen in forever. So we got a Bronco fan in the house, man. We got Orange Crush up in here. What's going down? Not sure if you've been to this channel yet, but I'm Raider Dave. I've been around here for a couple of years. We acting like the Raiders don't have the worst defense in the AFC West. Dude, I've seen the worst Raider defenses of all time, man. And I get it. You guys get linebackers every year. You draft guys like Von Miller. Shout out to you, man. And, you know, it's been frustrating as a Raider fan, dude, that the linebacker position, man, has only been addressed to a certain degree. I mean, what was it? Freaking Rolando McClain in 2009, dude. So, I mean, yeah, man, it's frustrating, dude. It's frustrating seeing, like, the Broncos draft guys that I've personally wanted myself. But at the same time, man, you know, it's an offensive-driven league, dude. So, you know, we have an offensive-driven coach, you know, and you know, I'm not going to argue with that, but I will say one thing, man, about you know, the Raiders defense, man. That's why I'm talking about the 2000 defense. That was the team I liked, bro. We were knocking out quarterbacks, man. I was at the game. Hey, man, shout out to 2002. I was at that game, literally, dude. Check this out. I was at that game when Brian Griese got, I was at that game where Brian Griese got sacked by Bill Romanowski, and Bill Romanowski stood up to the black hole, dude, and got the whole freaking crowd fired up. That was the last game the Raiders won the AFC West. I was at that game, man, and so it's one of those things, man, where yeah, dude, trust me, I'm hungry, dude. Just so you know, hey, Bronco fans, man, I want to be very clear, dude. Like, I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for losing, dude, but I'm going to tell you this, man, like, I am a freaking loud ass fan, dude. And this is my team, man. And I'm here to represent. And, it's only been one team my entire life. And trust me, this has been frustrating, man. I saw you guys win a Super Bowl in 2015. It was like one of the worst Super Bowls of my life because I was literally passed out by halftime watching my living room ceiling spin, dude. And I felt like Cam Newton gave up in that. We just don't have any luck, bro. You got to have luck. It's got to be your year, and we just have not had our year, dude. It sucked, man. And so, like, here's the thing, man. I can take some bright spots out of the last 17 years, but I can also say this, man. I'm just ready for this new era. I'm ready for this new start. We got a new stadium. I've been to plenty Bronco Raider games. They're fun. And, you know, I enjoy it. I got stories, but I won't share them yet. You know, we'll talk about those, but there's some funny stories from those games. But on my lunch, the Raiders did get better in the offseason, but I'm not going to lie. AFC West is going to be a dogfight. Yeah, and I agree, man. I agree. So let's put his comment up. You know, I respect that, man. And you're welcome to jump in here anytime, talk some football, man. And not only that, I hope to see you at some games this year. We're going to be in Las Vegas, man. Show up, man. Let's see what's up. And, you know, join the nation, man. This is, you know, we're all about the football, the game of the football game itself. You know, and I've been to plenty of Raider Bronco games and taken buddies with me that are Bronco fans, and they were treated great in Oakland, man. They were treated great in Oakland. And, you know, we just don't barbecue hamburgers and hot dogs, though, man. We do that tri-tip. We do that seafood, man. We get it popping, bro. We get a little fancy. So, but shout out to MoJoe, man. We'll pop his comment off right here. We got MoJoe in the house. What's up, brother? We acted like it didn't get better in free agents in the draft. Go troll a donkey chat. There you go. So, and now real quick, and now I want to talk about the donkeys real quick. The first time ever, who do we credit for the term donkey? Because I don't know if that came from LA Raider fans, because I was told that in 95, dude. I was like 17 years old, dude. We were watching a game, dude, and he was an LA guy, dude, and that's why I grew up. I grew up on the LA Raiders, dude. And so, like, and shout out to that, MoJoe. The link, hey, by the way, guys, nRWo Tailgate link is in the description, man. Get you some gear. What this does is this feeds the crowd, man. This enables us to do, because this is all about creating excitement, man. This is all about creating excitement, and this is all about bringing everybody together, man, for that game day experience, man. Because you know what? Game day experiences, let me tell you right now, game day experiences. Let me put the other comment up here by my man right there. Boom. You know what I mean? Game day experiences are unforgettable, dude. You could be like me. I'm a kid. When I was a kid, bro, going to games, I can never forget that, bro. Those going to those games, you know, no matter what happened, win or lose, baby, it's all about the experience and that moment in life. And we will be vlogging, man. This will go on. It will be content in that parking lot that will make it onto these channels, man, and you will get to enjoy those as well if you're unable to make those, you know, those tailgates as well. But you know, we will at least want to see some of you guys out there once a year, man, and let's just claim our new stadium, man. The Raiders did a great job putting this thing together. It's on budget. You know, they're doing great in the draft based on what this draft looked like and last year's draft. I mean, you're combining two good drafts together. So yeah, man, and it really is, man. So to Orange Crush 916, bro, we hope to see you at a tailgate for all the right reasons, man. For all the right reasons, because we love this game, bro, and we just want to talk football. But yeah, you know, but I do agree the AFC West is going to be a dogfight. You know, Patrick Mahomes is something that a lot of us have not seen, you know, and you know, so like, you know, it's going to be but this is what we want. I want a good AFC West, man. I want good rivalries, man. I want to get back to that I used to call them bloody rivalries, like the AFC West. You get the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Broncos. Push the Chargers aside for a little bit. Those three teams, right? Those three rivalries, and I know some are big on the Charger rivalry, but I'm big on those two rivalries. I mean, because when you put those three matchups right there, it's a bloodbath, man, and that's what I like. That's what the AFC West is to me, the Wild Wild West, man. So you see my man right here, MoJoe, man, with the comment, man. It's all about getting free beer, free food, free at the tailgate. Help us not go broke by swooping in a hat or a shirt, and that link is in the description, man. And like I said, you guys already know, man. The way we're gonna do this, man, is just pure love for what our culture represents, man, and what we represent as fans, man, and that experience, man, because I mean, I could go over and over stories, and you guys already know by going to games, man, it's a great thing. Like last year I went to the game, and the last few years that I've gone to games, I have not tailgated myself. I've been to about 40, maybe close to about 45 games in my lifetime, and I'm a tailgater, man. Like, so back in the 98 seasons all the way through like 2007, 2008-ish, nothing but tailgating, dude. Always had my grills going. Always had, we got our group together. We would show up. We'd fly into Oakland, and we would show up. We'd go to Safeway, because down here it's Vaughn's, but up there it's Safeway, and so we go to Safeway, and my buddies all from Livermore, Raider Vince, Raider Frank. Shout out to you guys, man. And I mean, I got pictures. This is all on Polaroids. The snap. One time, snapshot Polaroids before camera phones and all that. Dude, like all those tailgates were such good times, dude, and like such a good vibe, dude. And like no matter what, we would set up, get it all dialed in, enjoy great food, enjoy great times. And Hector, shout out to you. I see you all the time in here, brother. Much love, man. I hope you're doing well, man. Go Raiders. And what's up, Raider Rich? What's going on, brother? Shout out to you. It's a beautiful Saturday, man. Get that iced coffee going. What up, Watts? What's going on, brother? Much love, dude. I hope we see you at a tailgate. Raider Rich, Hector Ortega, man. Tailgating time, baby. 100, baby. And it was a beautiful draft. It's been a great offseason, man. We're building for the future. So, so basically that tailgate culture, man, that I enjoyed, man. And it's just, bringing everybody together, but like I said, we would fly in and literally like, okay, let's go hop in this dude's car. Let's go to Safeway, get the shopping cart filled, literally buy sometimes like a little grill, like at the store, do it up right there at the freaking stadium, dude. And that's what's, that's what it's always been. But the last few years, what I've done is like when I go to the games, the Chargers, different story. I went to the last San Diego Charger game versus the Oakland Raiders in 2016. That was 2016. Yo, J-Dog, what's up, man? What's up, man? Hey, man. So 2016 was the last Charger Raider game, and I went to that game, and so like that game, there was like a tailgate. The Chargers had it, but it was like $20, dude. I had to pay $20 at that tailgate. It was all right. I mean, they had like a big screen, and all that, so I could watch the other games. But that's what I've been doing is like I show up to another tailgate and just kind of hang out. And sometimes I would pay a fee, sometimes I wouldn't. The last game I went to, the Tennessee Raider game, I went to, I was in A-Lot over there. And dude, like I wasn't even trying to eat. I was not trying to drink, but Raider Nation, man, reps so well. And the way they do it out there, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I had people coming up to me, like giving me shots. They're like, hey, bro, let me pour you a shot. So, all right, we're doing shots. Next thing I'm getting handed freaking canned Corona beers, dude. I'm like, all right, dude, let's crack these beers. And then I'm getting handed plates of food, man. And I wasn't really expecting that. I didn't show up there expecting that. I was showing up more of like, hey, man, let's just party. Let's do what we do, man. Let's get live. And then next thing you know, it was like, no, let's go to this tailgate, dude. And they'll hook it up. And there was a dance floor, all that stuff. Everybody was having a great time, man. Partied with all those guys, Rilla, all those guys were out there. And it was just a good time, man. And, and like I said, and that's what this tailgate is going to represent. We're going to feed off of that Oakland tailgate, dude, and bring that to Vegas, man. So that's what's up with that, man. And and the gear is really tight, dude. You get the nRWo gear, man. I got my hat. It should be in the mail today, man. I'm going to be rocking the gear. I'm going to be getting gear for my cousins. Got a lot of family that's Raider fans, man. So from the senior citizens in the family that have repped Raider Nation the entire time since the 60s, all that, man. So they're going to be getting their gear. And then all the young kids, man, we got the up-and-comers in the family, the kids that are like under 10 that are all diehard Raider fans. And, you know what I mean? And so yeah, man, it's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a good family atmosphere. And I'm looking forward to it, man. And we're preparing this as needed, man. Really thinking outside the box, really putting a lot of thought and time and effort. And MoJoe, man, I can't thank him enough, man, for all of this, man, and what he's doing on his channel and what he's doing as far as the culture, man, for all the right reasons, man. Nice. Yeah, and hey, man, and yeah, so like, and Watts Raider, shout out to you, man. Yeah, man, that's a good thing to say, man. As he said, he hopes everybody's doing good, man. And, and that's rightfully so, man. This has been like a different era, of course, so I felt it. I'm feeling it, we're all being affected right now, man. So the positive thinking, all that, and we're just being very hopeful, man, that everything's just gonna click right into place. So that's number one, man. Is it's been some different times, that's for sure. I went back to work this week, but then next week it's like kind of like it went down again. So we're just gonna be positive and see what goes down, man, and all that. But it is a beautiful day outside, man. It is a beautiful day outside. And what I mean, and so if you're firing up the grill, like I see MoJoe in there, he's got them quarters on, he's got them leg quarters, baby. I know he's got the skin on, he's got them all spiced up, all them juices in that chicken, dude, just savoring and freaking flavoring that meat, bro. That's what's gonna be going down. You're gonna smell that. You're gonna be coming off the 15 freeway, dude, right into Las Vegas, and you're gonna smell that tailgate coming into the game, baby, on Sundays, on Mondays, on Thursdays, baby. I cannot wait because, if a game's going down on a Thursday or a Monday, it don't matter if it's a weekday, man, in Las Vegas. You know what the time it is in Las Vegas, man. You don't even know what day it is in Las Vegas when you're in Las Vegas. It don't matter what day it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Who's fired up? And Watts, man. I got to see you in the state of Nevada, brother. I hope we see you, man. It's going to be vlogging, all that stuff, dude. And, man, it's going to be some fun stuff, dude. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be all organic, all natural content, man. Like, we're just bringing that, like, hey, dude, this is what it is. This is what we're about. Let's have some fun, man. Bring the family. It's going to be a family atmosphere as well. It's going to be in everything, man. And I just cannot wait until the masses of Raider Nation worldwide all in one tailgate, baby. Just saying what's up, man. Rolling through, man. Playing the good old music, man. Getting hydrated. Getting hydrated out there under the sun, baby. And so it's gonna be some good times, man. It's gonna be a beautiful time, man. But yeah, man, I know we're all excited, man. And and shout out to like I said, we were talking a little bit about Colin Cowherd. We had the Bronco fan in here earlier, man. Shout out to him for saying what's up and all that. But one thing, if we do still have if the Bronco fan's still out there, man, I just want to ask one question. What do you think of our 2019 draft, Orange Crush? What do you think of our 2019 draft? What do you think of Mike Mayock? And what do you think of this 2020 draft? Because those things, and I'm not trying to get ahead of myself with this stuff. I don't try to get ahead of myself. And yeah, you want a shout out? You get a shout. Heck yeah, dude. Hey, give nRWo a shout out. Hey, right here. But like I said, I just want to know from the Bronco fan, dude. From the Bronco fan, what do you think of our 2019 draft? What do you think of 2020 draft? What do you think of Mike Mayock? I don't know, man. This foundation, that could be something that you build a foundation on a football team. You build a foundation in a 2, maybe 3 drafts. You could be good for the next 10 years. That's what a good draft can do for your foundation of your football team. So, Nick, what's up, dude? You want to shout? Hey, man, I appreciate you loving the show, bro. You get a shout out. Yes, you do. And you know what, man? Dude, here's what I'm going to do, dude. Okay, we got these nRWo tailgate shirts, man. The link is in the description, man. We hope to see you at a tailgate. Not only that, dude, check this out, man. When things get clicking and clacking, bro, and we're back to what we do best, man. And roll the games, man. Work 5-6 days a week, man. Work your butt off. All that, man. I love working, man. I love working. I love my back against the wall, man. I love to get live. And you know what, dude? Dude, when we get that, when all that gets in place, I'm gonna do me a service for you, man, as well. The fan base, man, is I'm gonna get me some shirts, and I'm gonna be handing out probably about 5 free shirts a game, man, or whatever, dude, and just handing them out, bro, and getting you guys getting you guys on board with this, man, to have some fun. And so what up, P-Dog? What's going down? It's another Saturday, man. We're iced coffeeed out and worked a half day today. So Stephen A. Smith, man, let's see here. Hell yeah, man. Hey, dude, I'm doing the same thing, bro. They got the tank tops, bro. Like, my wife likes to wear tank tops, so it's that time of weather, man. And if you're in Cali, bro, right now the sun's shining, man. It's beautiful outside, and I know, and yeah, we could dive into that, yo, man. So now check this out, okay? So I like this comment right here. Stephen A. Smith is still hating on the Raiders, saying that the Chiefs are the biggest threat. Wow, or the Chargers and the Chiefs. Now, I disagree with what Stephen A. Smith is saying because the Chargers, I think, here's the one thing: as much as people want to gloat their defense, and I do like what they did on defense, man. I don't hate on what's his name, Derwin James. I think he's a real good safety. I think Kenneth Murray's a good linebacker, man. I think they got two good pieces there, and they so so you know what I'm saying. So like in respect to that, bro, my bad, dude. You know what I mean, and now check this out, man. My whole thing, dude, is like the Chargers, bro, with the new quarterback, getting rid of Phillip Rivers and a new quarterback, dude. Like, with all that said, dude, I think they're in a really rebuilding mode, bro. They're in a rebuilding mode, dude. And so I don't see how the Chargers can be easily, like how all of a sudden the Chargers are going to be competitive. I mean, Anthony Lynn, I'm not saying he's on the hot seat, but I think he has 1 year left on his contract. You know what I mean? So, whoa, this thing filled up quick, man. Shout out we got 38 in the chat, dude, right now to Saturday. What's up to that, bro? Shout out to you guys, man. Hey, so right here, let's give this dude a shout out right here, bro. Hey, much love to you, bro. I appreciate this, man. I don't mind. So we got this guy right here, bro. Raid by Jetty on YouTube. Yeah, cool, bro. Yeah, check it out, bro. Yeah, bro, exactly. And shout out to that, man, MoJoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Like, yeah, you'll get to know. Hey, bro, where you at, homie? Where you at? Yeah, my man Nick, bro. Just so you know, bro, dude, bring the family, bro. It's all, bro. We freaking love you, dog. We love you, dog. And man, we got, dude. I just got freaking, dude. Did I get a freaking, dude? I got like 83 up in the chat, dude, bro. Yeah. So Watts, okay. So do I gotta block him, Watts? Is that what it is? Yeah. No. What's up? So yeah, dude. This let me see here. So yeah, man. So like let me get all this going here, man. It popped off. Right on, brother. Raiders for life, dude. I appreciate that, man. Yes. So, dude, okay. So Tanner Muse, dude, right here. Tanner Muse, right there, bro. 55, baby. Heck yeah, dude. So okay. So that guy plays linebacker, dude. That guy's gonna play linebacker, like they said. He can play safety. He's versatile. Let's just put it like that. He's versatile. And so Tanner Muse, dude, with the 4.4 speed, he is going to help us tremendously he's going to help us tremendously in the at that position right there. So I'm getting a little confused, dude. All right, cool. Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, if I'm, so yeah, dude, my shit shot up to like 110 people in here, bro. So I'm just like, oh shit, right on. Like, oh well, dude, you know what I mean? But anyway, hey man, since we got 110 in here, dude, hey, right here, let me go here. Right here, just go to the link description. Check it out, man. I hope to see all you guys at the tailgate. And you know what I mean? And like I said, man, we literally, man, we got some plans ahead. So yeah, but yeah, dude, exactly. And Muse does have the instincts, man. He's a great, what I liked his tackling ability. It's crazy when you watch Clemson on tape, dude, like what they did on defense. They just had so many people, dude. They had so many people. And you have Isaiah Simmons, man. You had I really liked the other safety, man. What's his name? Kayvon Wallace, bro. I really liked that guy, man. I think he's a great freaking a safety, man. I think he's going to do good things in the NFL. And yeah, bro. Okay, now let's pull this up, J-Dog, man. I've been, and I'm like, I hate to have to talk about this stuff, man, because I'm over here just like anybody else, bro. Like, please, man. Like, let's see what happens, man, with it. Cause right now, dude, I'm going to tell you, man, like this week, man, I went back to work. It was nice. It was almost like it was normal, dude. And all of a sudden, bro, like after Thursday, they said they're going to shut this down till June 19th, I think. Like you can't go to the beach anymore. Like only certain beaches are open and all that stuff, dude. So like that killed everything, bro. So now it's like another, like, holy crap, bro. So I got to sit another like 6 weeks now. Like, so I don't know, man. This is like one of the most, like, I've heard like the basketball season might start in November, man. You know what I mean? And all that. So I'm going to remain optimistic, man, and continue with plans as normal. I think that's the good mentality for a lot of us is let's plan, let's recognize what's happening, but let's hope for I'm going to be hopeful, so yeah, man, we got some good freaking players with instincts. Like Chop Chop is mentioning right here. Mew's got the instincts to no, he's got the nose for the ball. He's a straight dog. You got right here J Dog. He says we're pretty good at stopping the run. We just got beat deep mostly, and that's a reflection of speed. Now, okay, P Dog, bro. And I feel you on this, bro. Yeah, dude, I feel that. I read that this morning, dude. And bro, like, I think I touched that last week, man. Like, the mentality needs to be, like old school, dude. Like, hey, man, we see, like criticism, you're going to get criticized in this league, dude. You're going to get criticized. And one of the famous things we hear from athletes, most of the time is, hey, I don't read the papers. I don't pay attention. And I think that's what Derek Carr needs to be, man. He needs to block that stuff out. It needs to be that. Here's the thing, man. This is a promising future with these young players. These young players that's a promising future, man. You got Derek Carr's probably he's going to be under a lot of pressure, man. It's the mentality. His mentality needs to be focused on what the task at hand is, man. And that mentality is to win now, man, and not focus on what any critics say, man, because we all get criticized, man. We all get humbled by certain things. We all don't have the answers, for everything. So we don't have, like I'm not the most skilled person in certain areas, and I understand that. But as the quarterback position, man, you got to be mentally tough, man. And like I said, I'm pulling for him, man. I'm hoping for the best, but I don't feed off of that stuff, man, because I did read it. It wasn't clicking for me, because my whole thing is like, let's get to what matters most, and that's we're a starving fan base for like I said, I'm gonna use the word, I'm starving for an AFC West title. You know what I mean? I'm starving for I want that AFC West championship hat, dude. I take pride in that stuff. I joke around about it. I still have my old AFC conference shirts from 2002, and I used to not wear those for about a while. I wouldn't wear them because it was like, oh, look, that's the Super Bowl you guys lost. But it's like at the same time, now it's more of a statement. I wear that as a statement, like this is the last time we won the West, and now I'm kind of getting serious about it, where it's like that is urgent to me, man, to win the West. And that should be priority number one, man. Yeah, and I know with play calling and all that, Watts, I see you right there, man. With the check downs and all that, and I think now with personnel, now that Gruden has more personnel with his draft, I think it's pretty much it's time to open up that playbook, man. It's really time to open up that playbook and get that thing tapped in and get all the is that what he said? Okay, yeah. So and I've heard him say that before, Watts. I've heard him say that before. And and I agree to a certain degree. Now that's where I think it's almost like, but you want your quarterback to kind of rise above that and kind of be like, hey, I know this is the man in charge, but I see something on the field right here. I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to get my ass chewed out, but I'm going to do this for the win. We're going to throw this game on the line for the win, man. And that's why you saw some bickering with Gannon back in the day, man, is because Gannon probably saw things. And I'll tell you my thing on Carr. I think I told you guys this before, is where the weakness that I'm seeing with Carr is freezing the safety, man. Like, I noticed like most quarterbacks are pretty good at holding the safety, that split second throw, and you're able to fit it into and that's where Carr can take over a game, man. And so little things like that where the safeties seem to read him. I think Tyrann Mathieu, he pretty much showcased that in that Chiefs game, man, where he's like, hey, man, we knew that play was coming. Well, maybe Carr, and I even reviewed that film, man. I actually doing a film breakdown on it, but Carr did not hold him, and Carr stared down the receiver. What he should have done, I believe, is hold the safety with his eyes. Then look left, fit it in the tight window. Those are just the little things, and that all takes place in a split second. I never played the quarterback position. I'm not a quarterback expert, but one thing about the quarterback position is, just from you watch the good ones over the years. Guys like Peyton Manning and guys like Tom Brady and all that. And Rich Gannon. So to say, Rich Gannon was one of my favorite Raider quarterbacks of all time to watch, man. And Rich Gannon broke his neck playing for this team, man. Rich Gannon went head first at Derrick Brooks. That win mattered that much to him, man. And that's where, nowadays, you want those type of football players. And here's the thing, man, is what the Raiders did is the Raiders got football players. They got guys that are football players. They're going to play hurt. We saw that with Damon Arnett. He had that broken wrist. Guys like, Bryan Edwards. Bryan Edwards had multiple injuries, man, multiple injuries. That's why I had him in my third round mock, man. The Raiders said I guess they valued him in the second round. They had second round value on him. And I think that I personally think that, with Bryan Edwards, man, I had him in the third round. I was trying to be as fair as I possibly could because of the injuries, man. And then, the fact that, yeah, and I feel you, man. I don't hate him, I don't hate him, but I want, I want him to, I want to win games, man. I'm just as frustrated as anybody, man. And me and my buddy, when the post game interviews, he's the one that will literally bring that to the table and be like, dude, look at what this guy, and it's funny when he says it too. He's like, this guy, he'll say it like this guy says it like this. And like I said, and I agree, man. And if he is going through insecurities, man, I mean, like I said, I don't know, because it's at that level of, man, of it's just the professional. We talked about this, man. It's the professionalism, man. And professionalism is, you just got to take shit, dude. It sucks, man. It sucks. Being a professional sucks, man, because you have to just take it, dude. And you gotta answer with action. You gotta have action, man. You gotta show back up with action, and you have to show that up with results. And not only that, and so yeah, man. So it's going to be a competitive offseason. The good thing is this is not what you've seen in the past. Exactly. And a lot of those came, now see, a lot of those stats, that's why I don't feed off the 4K, the 4,000 yards. I don't feed off of the completion percentages, and I don't feed off those third down ratios. And, a lot of those analytical stats. And I'm going to tell you why, man, because, man, that Green Bay game really stood out. Like, a lot of those stats were achieved, for that game. If you looked at that game in perspective, whereas, wow, Carr really freaking threw up some freaking numbers in that game, in a game versus Aaron Rodgers. The only difference is Aaron Rodgers put up way more points in that game, and Derek Carr, they turned the ball over in the red zone, man. And you just cannot turn the football over in the red zone and scoring opportunities. That comes from our kicker making extra points and field goals. And that comes with execution, man, in the red zone, man. You got to get those points, man, when they're there. That's when you're really tested in the NFL, man, is the points in the red zone. And once again, now you got all the pieces, man. You got Henry Ruggs, dude. Henry Ruggs has nifty feet. Henry Ruggs has arm length. Henry Ruggs has good hands. He's got the speed, so he's got the respect, So when he's the first wide receiver taken in this draft, these defenses are going to recognize that. These defensive coordinators are going to game plan around that. These players are going to play off him, man. So it's one of those things, man, where more weapons. You got Darren Waller. You got Foster Moreau, man. Yeah, we got it, and it just comes, yeah, and that's the thing. And watch you hit it, man. He thinks too much, and that's where, and I'm guilty of this stuff, man. I'm guilty of this stuff in my own life, man. That's why I drink iced coffee. Just open up them chambers up there, bros, and snap back. You gotta snap back in. You gotta snap back in, baby. You know what I mean? You just gotta, you gotta take it. You got to take it and you just got to snap back in, baby, and get dialed in. I know that word's getting played out. We used that so much back in the day, dude. I used to work with a guy and he was like, he drank a Monster energy drink every day. He's like, it's time to get dialed in, Dave. And you know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta get snapped in, man. And I felt like Derek Carr played his best football. That's why he has the fourth quarter comebacks with his back against the wall. So we gotta what we have to do is there has to be a sense of urgency for Derek Carr to play at a high level. And somewhere, and I don't know what his coaches are telling him. Of course, that's between them, but there has to be a point where it's like, okay, man, there is no playing safe. We have to risk it all for the West, man. If you're gonna beat the Chiefs, if you're gonna beat the Denver Broncos, man, we can't have Derek Carr losing to Herbert. Justin Herbert as a rookie. You can't have Derek Carr losing to homeboy in Denver, man. Patrick Mahomes, you need to see Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes in a shootout, where the Raiders are going for 2-point conversions. It's all about putting up points, so that's the key, man, is that sense of urgency of, it's time, man. It is time, man. So let me get to some of these I agree. It took me a while to realize that, but I do agree, Fierce Raider. I do believe he lost confidence with the broken leg, and I think the contract didn't help. I think the fact that he got a contract after that broken leg, I think the Raiders should have probably eased him back into the season. I think it was like a panic, like, hey, do we have a franchise quarterback here? And they gave him all that money. I'm not saying it's the worst contract of all time. What it is that confidence, he got his deal after that broken leg, man, and we still didn't win the West. And so with that said, I think now, because now with the contract, what happens is now it's like it's become a career, and I respect it. I mean, it's like he's thinking about his career, he's thinking about his future, and I respect that. But man, in anything that we do, we got to be risk takers, man. We got to be risk. We got to be risk takers, man. And that's where that comes in, man. And it does show. I mean, you got all these cameras, these NFL cameras on you, all that. So let's see here. I want to make sure I get to some of these comments here, man. Sean Shepard, what's up, man? Most talent. Let's pull this comment up right here. And I agree with you, bud. We got Sean Shepard in the house. Shout out to you, brother. Raider Nation for life. Most talent since 2016. What'd he do then? Not to mention, seems we finally have a defense. I agree, man. And, like I said, just so you know, I'm just from my standpoint, I want to be as fair as possible, man. I want to be as fair as possible. But I am frustrated just like any other Raider fan, man, exactly. And you're right. Hey, Fierce Raider, let's get this up, man. You're right, dude. This is a it's a mentality game, bro. This is like, I grew up on the 85% mental, 15% physical, man. And that's an old school saying, man, is like, it does. So that's why you see guys like that are 5'7", 5'8", that come into this league and they have a chip on their shoulder, man. And you got guys like Darren Sproles, who he had a pretty solid career, man, for a guy coming out in the third round. Was he drafted in the third round, fourth round? I mean, he was only projected as a third down, back, so to say, maybe special teams, guys like that come into the league and it's the mentality, man. It's the mentality. And so you got guys like Russell Wilson, dude. Can Russell Wilson see over his offensive line? That would be a critic. That would be something like NFL analysts would have critiqued 20 years ago. Doug Flutie, man, could he see over his offensive line? It's the will, it's the mentality, it's the win now mentality, man, that gets it done in this league. Yeah, I agree, J-Dog. I agree, man. Let me pull that one up. And Penn was looking nice, dude. That was like a nice combination right there, man. It almost felt like the Gannon Lincoln Kennedy days, man, in 2016. And that's what got us really excited, man. We really thought they were going to compete with the Patriots. The only thing I had a problem with in 2016 was when the national media gets behind us. I don't want the national media behind us. I felt like 2016, the national media got behind us, and we're next, we're like, oh, freaking, man, now, Carr broke his leg. Man, he's going to come back stronger. It's healed fine, this and that. And, and the national media was like, oh my gosh, the Raiders are the team to beat in the West. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is too soon, man. This is too soon. And so now shit, dude. 2017 was a 6-10 year. Then 2018, 4-12. But 2018 even worse. I think we started out like 1-9 or 1-8. That was frustrating, man. And I know Gruden gutted the team, but then last year getting back to 7-9 when we probably could have been 10-6. That's another frustrating thing. So man, it just comes down to if it's going to be our year or not, man. And a lot of things can still happen in the NFL. There's a lot of things, man. This league changes overnight. That we've seen that with the San Francisco 49ers last year. They go from the number 2 overall pick, a team that's picking number 2 overall, to a team that's competing with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So things happen overnight in this league. And that foundation of players, man, I love what they did in 2019. I mean, we could say stuff about the Clelin Ferrell pick at number 4, but at least we knew who Clelin Ferrell was. We know who he is. We can say, and as far as the 2020 draft, I mean, these are all players we knew who they were, and we know who they are, coming out of college. It's not like, wait, they got this guy in the 2nd round. Where's this guy come from? I talked about Obi Malafanu last year from Connecticut. Oh, this guy can cover tight ends. Well, yeah, but he played for Connecticut. Is he really a 2nd round pick, or is he a 4th or 5th round pick? You know what I mean? So, and I think he just got cut. Or he might have got cut by the Patriots, I think, just recently. So yeah, man, an offensive line is top notch. Now, here's the thing, man. John Simpson, man, I'm excited for that player, man, because that's a stout guard, dude. And, so man, with Richie Incognito, man, Gabe Jackson, to my knowledge, still on the roster, don't know what the plans are for the future, but the fact that you have these bodies in place, man, and you have the CBA with the extra roster positions, all that, all these things could fall into place, get that depth, build that foundation, and, you get all those things dialed in, man, and then the future gets brighter and brighter as time goes by, man. And now, so like another good draft after this draft, you have that foundation of your youth. Now you're adding a superstar. Now you can really add those superstar free agents. You know what I mean? Those guys where it's like, hey, we can't take a risk on that guy right now because we're not fully there with the depth. But once you have that depth and all all those positions dialed in and everything kind of set, and you understand who's good at what, man, you could really build around that in the future by adding like a big time top notch free agent, you know what I mean? And so, and I know there's been, the Aaron Rodgers rumors I've been seeing, about 2021, that's too far ahead for me, man, as far as the quarterback position goes. I do see, the one guy I'm never looking past on this roster right now is Marcus Mariota, man. I'm just not looking past that guy, man. I've been actually watching a lot of his tape, man, and I think he's going to bring good competition, man, to Derek Carr. He has his weaknesses and he has his strengths, just like any other player. But I think that it's going to be I think that competition level, man, and just that the background that he has coming into the league, being the former number 2 overall pick. He's one of Mike Mayock's favorite quarterbacks. Mike Mayock was heavily in favor of Marcus Mariota at that time in the draft. So let's pull this up. We got Fierce Raider in the house, man. We're going high school. We're going high school right here. Not to brag on myself. In high school, I played wide receiver, DB, outside linebacker. I was 140 pounds, and I had beat my body so much after high school I couldn't even play football because I went all out. Hey, bro, you know what, man? The body, bro, let me tell you, dude, like 140 in high school, dude. So I was about the same, bro, about 140. I played free safety and cornerback. And of course, before that, I played 3 years, Pop Warner, all that. And high school, man, I don't know, man, I'm very resilient, bro. So I had some buddies that had some knee surgeries, bro, and it affects them to this day. But yeah, man, it does beat your body up, bro. But even crazier, like after football and all that, I've always remained physical. So I've done construction, all that. I beat crap out of my body, dude, 20 years after that. And but for some reason, dude, I'm very resilient, man. If I get my rest or I sleep, I pop back up, dude. And it really does come down to a mentality. But at the same time, it does, I'm thinking about that shit, bro. Trust me, I want a nice cush job soon here, bro, like to where I don't use my body. Because I'm starting to feel it, dude. I'm starting to feel that shit. But let's see here. We got, yeah, so chop chop, great point, man, right here. We got the Bill Musgrave system. And this is going to be Derek Carr's third year in this John Gruden system, man. And not only that, you factor in Greg Olson, dude, who was there during the Dennis Allen era. You know, they Musgrave built a system around. Musgrave made the adjustments throughout that year, man, because we remember we're kind of devastated, man, when Derek Carr's his throwing pinky got knocked out. And and it was just one of those freak things. But I even went to a couple games that year, and watching him line up in the pistol, man, I thought that was a unique adjustment. He made the adjustments. Latavius Murray, one of the better blocking running backs, keeping Carr the pocket clean for Carr, because Carr seems like he needs that clean pocket to be effective. So, and he needs to be confident in that pocket. That's what I noticed as well. Like when Carr's thrown out of the pocket, he needs to be comfortable in the pocket. He needs to feel good about that pocket. He needs to be super clean, man. Because once he starts getting hit, that's when things start to, or he feels that pressure and anticipates the pressure, and that's when we get some disastrous results. And that's what I'm really hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Let me pull up Watts's. Okay, so Gruden did say he's going to use 4 to wide receiver sets, and this is what I'm looking for, man, because you have the personnel now, so you can spread out the offense. The spread offense, man, like I said, and this is going to be great for all reasons, dude, for training camp, everything, dude, because in that spread offense now, you got Marcus Mariota, who in training camp or meetings, when they have the quarterback film rooms and meetings, and these discussions, quarterback, Gruden being a quarterback guy, Marcus Mariota, Derek Carr, this is where everybody helps each other out and getting better. So whether Marcus Mariota hits the field or not, he's going to have some answers for Derek Carr in that spread offense, what's going to be effective. So I love that. Yeah, man, I love that. Get your personnel out there. And not only that, we got this guy, dude, Lynn Bowden, bro. Lynn Bowden Jr. from Kentucky, man. So let's say he's out there lined up as a back on third down. Maybe you're not using Jalen Richard as much on third downs, and your check down now is Lynn Bowden. But Lynn Bowden, goes in motion and sets up as a wide receiver. You're getting the point, guys. Like, this shit could open up, dude. You can open up the playbook. You can mix up personnel, and now you have a variety of weapons in place, guys that can make plays, man. I agree, P-Dog. Hey, man. I agree, dude. I agree, man. This is maybe, and here's the thing about Mike Mayock. We talked about this before. He sits on decisions, dude. So that trade value is gone now, bro. 19th pick is gone. It's gone. Like, hey, we got Damon Arnett, bro. So what do you guys want to do now? You guys want to keep asking for too much for a player that's going to want the contract? He obviously does not. He's disgruntled, does not want to play in Jacksonville. So, throw us your offer, dude. Like, well, and this is where the negotiating process comes, man. This is where the negotiating process comes. It's a back and forth. Like, hey, dude, here's the offer. Here's what we want. Here's what we're this is where it gets fun, man. So I say third round pick possibly, dude, is what I'm thinking for Yannick there, man. Now let me see here. Carr is a spread QB. He very much so, dude. Very much so. But with John Gruden and the sets, and I agree, dude. He is a spread QB. I just think Marcus Mariota was pretty effective in it because it seemed like the RPOs and all that, when he ran those, it seemed like let me pull that one down. It seemed like it seemed like Marcus Mariota has a third and a fifth. I agree, P-Dog, man. I agree. So a $17 million franchise tag. Yep, there you go. But that's another thing. And that's another thing. Who knows if you get that contract, if you give them that, like with the franchise tag, if you can get that deal in place, dude, you might even get a contract negotiated before you even get them traded. So you might even get Yeah, I agree. You would have to plan the 17 mil, but it'd be sometimes when on negotiating terms, they might negotiate. There could be negotiation in place, like, hey, we'll do this trade if we can get dude to freaking agree on a contract before we actually execute the trade. So you just never know, because these guys, man. And when you have a player, like I said, they were trying to trade him by the draft, so now all negotiations change. Now gears are shifting, and the Raiders don't specifically have a desperate need to get him. It will be nice to get him, but it's not like it's their desperate need to get him. It would be nice, and it would change everything. But, once again, the Raiders have to remember they hold the chips right now, man. They hold the chips. You know what I mean? They're chip leader right now on it. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, dude, you got the disgruntled player. We'll counter any offer. But not only that, yeah, if you were to, like I said, and it depends on how you run that contract, man. Yeah, bro, we got to punish Mahomes, man. I agree, dude. We got to punish Mahomes, dude. We have to constantly be sending heat after him, different looks. Cleveland Farrell, that's another one that I'm thinking, man. He was starting to bat some passes at the line, things like that. He's a good stunting guy off the edge, as far as being that bigger body in that 4-3, man. So depending on how they stunt off the line, create confusion, it's really going to come down to mixing up the looks, man, on defense, man, to give him things he hasn't seen before, see what was effective. Because like I said, this guy showed last year that he's down 24-0. It don't matter. He's getting blown out by the Texans. It don't matter. He's getting blown out by the Titans. It does not matter. They're getting blown out by the Niners. It doesn't matter. Those are all three big playoff games that got them their championship. It didn't matter. He still got it done. So you have to, yeah, man, you got to have a punishing pass rush, man, to constantly be in his face. Now, Arden Key, man, that's the guy that we really need to see turn the corner this year. I felt like he's just too raw, man, when he came out in the league, dude. He was just way too raw. And, he came out probably a year too early. And, now is the time, man. We saw him getting close last year. He gets low off the edge, dude. He's a good dip off the edge, dude. He's got a nice dip. He gets low to the ground, man. He's got that angle, but we got to see him close. And that's where the risk comes in. So that could be a mental thing. And I think his skills are all there, but but I think the key thing for us guys is we got linebackers, dude. We got linebackers, man. And that's the key thing, is linebackers that can get sacks. Kwiatkowski, he has 3 sacks. I think he had 3, maybe 4 sacks on his resume last year. You had Corey Littleton, 3.5 sacks. Linebacker position last year for the Raiders, 0 sacks, man. And we saw, there was times we saw Will Compton, come out of nowhere, and we're like, nice, you got 10 tackles, but we need to see that full force linebacking core, in place. And then, looking at the Jacksonville game. Now, Jacksonville game, I watched a lot of tape on that. We sent a lot of all-out blitzes, dude, at Gardner Minshew, and they were able to adjust. We just weren't getting to the quarterback fast enough. So there was a lot of plays, man, with Jacksonville, man, where we were actually blitzing. But we need those closers, man. We need guys that are just going to literally like they disrupt everything. And once they get to them, and yes, we do, Watts. Yes, we do have those corners now. These are press. Damon Arnett and Trayvon Mullen are going to be guys that are going to lock you down on the outside, man. They're going to push you. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to pop you off your first step. And, and that changes everything, because now your quarterback is adjusting in a split second of time. And, and like I said, when it comes to competing with the Chiefs, you got Mahomes, man. He's got that chemistry now with his wide receivers. They're going to have Travis Kelce still. They're going to have Sammy Watkins, and Robinson that they kept, and all that. So, and they added another weapon with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man. We cannot discount that guy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be a weapon for them, man. And of course, they got DeAndre Washington too, so they're going to be spreading it out. They're going to be throwing a lot of passes, but we got to match that firepower, man. Number one, as much as we want our defense to be the team to stop them, as much as we want our defense to stop that, and we want an answer for Patrick Patrick Mahomes. The ultimate answer has to be in our quarterback. The ultimate answer has to be in our quarterback matching that, and 26 points a game, 25 points a game is not asking too much. That's average, not average, but a little bit above average. And so 26 points a game is all I'm saying, man. The Chiefs last year scored 29 points a game. You're within range, man. And, so now real quick, what do you guys think about a kicker, man? I'm kind of thinking, man, we should go sign Steven Gostkowski. He's out there, and this guy can kick in cold weather climate, man, and that's what I'm thinking about, man. I know we picked up the kicker in the undrafted class and all that, but I really think it's important, dude, with a young team to not have a young kicker and maybe go with that veteran kicker that has the playoff experience, the Super Bowl experience. I know he's coming off injuries and all that. I'm not saying he's the answer for everything. I'm just saying that having a veteran kicker who you can rely on points, man, because one of the biggest downfalls could be you get into scoring position, and next thing you know, man, you're relying on Daniel Carlson again, and he gets shaky on a kick in cold weather. There was some ugly kicks in KC. There were some ugly kicks in Denver. So those are some of my concerns as far as, I would hate for like this offense to start generating points, yet we're leaving points on the field when we have a kicker shanking them. When you have an opportunity to get a guy who, like a Gostkowski, who, kicked in New England for 10 plus seasons, that guy understands wind. That guy understands the change of wind, climate conditions, all that. We're already struggling with a quarterback that has a losing record in cold climate. We don't want to have that same situation with our kicker, and that's what I saw with Daniel Carlson. I know I've been hard on the kicker. That's got to be a tough job. It's a pressure. You're under a lot of pressure, man. The last thing I want to do is critique a kicker, man. But at the same time, I think it's fair, man. Yeah, I like it, Mac. But my man goes, he's German, very efficient. Yeah, bro. I'm a grimy, bro. I got a little German blood in me as well, brother. So, let's see here. Now Max Crosby, man. Yeah, dude. Now check this out, man. I like his technique. I think it all comes down to technique. I think it's the speed with the hands, the jiu-jitsu moves, and all that. Man, he is quick. Max Crosby really shocked me last year. I will not lie, man. I'll be dead straight honest, man. Dead straight honest on Max Crosby, that I was not sure about that pick when they took Max Crosby in the 4th round. Anthony Nelson from Iowa, I was a big fan of him. And I'm like, okay, the Raiders are going to take Anthony Nelson right now. And they didn't. They got Crosby, and I knew who he was because we got a Central Michigan alum in the family. I've told you guys that story before. And, he watches all those conference games. And so I called him up, and I even asked him before the draft. I go, hey, man, I need insight on Max Crosby. What do you think of this kid, man? A lot of people are high on him. I just see an undersized. He looked undersized to me. I'm not going to lie, dude. Like, Max Crosby looked like undersized to a certain degree. And then all of a sudden, man, I'm like, so my stepfather's telling me, goes, oh, no, dude, this guy's got a motor. This guy gets after the quarterback. This guy brings it to a different level. And then sure enough, man, I'm like, okay. So I see Max Crosby hit the field, dude, and all of a sudden, they're taking away sacks early on, late hits, and I'm like, oh, whatever, and next, then it was like really, when it really snapped in was that the Bengals game. The Bengals game, dude. He set the tone in that game. So Max Crosby comes off the edge, and I know it was Finley. It was Ryan Finley, who was like, they were 0-10 or whatever, but he set the tone in that game. Cincinnati came to play that day, and Max Crosby set the tone, man, and the way he came off the edge, it was very similar to Howie Long, man. I saw it almost seemed like Howie Long running in slow motion after him. He set that tone, dude, and man, I'm telling you, and it wasn't just that play where he won me. He won me early on in the season. Then I was watching the workouts with the speed jiu-jitsu moves and all that, the speed workouts, and this guy, he's working his butt off this offseason, man. So yeah, man, I just yeah, man, it's crazy. Exactly. Now let's get J-Dog up here. And that's what I was talking. This is where the mentality, we talked about the mentality, and this is where you're spot on. Yeah, it's either you put in the work in the weight room or not, and it shows. And you're right, man. And that, this is where, that's where the mentality comes in, is that Max Crosby has the mentality of a football player. All these draft picks you've seen in the last 2 years, from 2019 to 2020, these guys have the mentality of a football player, and they understand what level they're at. This is pro football, man. Imagine we all love football. We obviously all have the mentality, of this game, but imagine, man, like you're drafted, you have that football, man. You're drafted by an NFL team, dude, and here's your opportunity. And that's what I'm seeing from guys like Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby, Hunter Renfrow, dude, in the 5th round. Jonathan Abram, dude, who is going to coach Jonathan Abram? You can't coach what Jonathan Abram's going to bring to the table, man. What Jonathan Abram's going to bring to the table, that lives within his soul, man. That's his spirit. Then he's going to bring that for the game, So shout out to Stone Raider, real quick. This is always a good thing. Go Raiders, baby. Go Raiders, baby. So I got my throwback hat on today. And you're right, P-Dog. Max Crosby is what we hoped Arden Key would be. And like I said, I'm just going to give Arden Key one more year, man, just because he came to the league so young, dude. I think he was 20 years old, maybe. Might have been 21, but he was pretty young when he came into the league. And I felt like he entered the draft just a little too early, but yeah, silly, man. Yeah, and I agree, Watts. But I'm not. Like I said, I'm just from a developmental standpoint, dude. Because like I just didn't think you like that. Stone Raider, check this out, bro. Stone Raider, what's up, AG? What's going down? Stone Raider likes the shirt. This is the nRWo tailgate going down in the city of Las Vegas. Game 1 in Las Vegas. The tailgate will be in full effect, and it's going to be a great time, man. MoJoe's putting on a great line of food, music, all that. And I'm a part of this with him, man. And we're going to, man, it's just literally bringing what we've enjoyed here in Cali, man, to Vegas, man. And shout out to you, AG, man. What's up, brother, man? I hope you're doing well today. It's a beautiful day out here in Cali, man, and we're just getting cracking in, dude, just talking some Raider football and mainly talking defense, dude, talking a little bit about Trayvon Mullen in the secondary. He's going to be leading the way this second time around. You got Corey Littleton now, the big free agent signing, man, rocking the number 42. Corey Littleton with all the tackles, man, the Super Bowl experience, the playoff experience. He's only moving, 3.5 hours away, right up the 15, dude, 3.5 hours up the 215, I-15 straight to Vegas. And then on the defensive line, man, we got Max Crosby, man, who came off with 10.5 sacks, I believe, last year, man. So just talking about this core foundation of these young players that the Raiders have brought in these last 2 seasons, man, with the great outlook of Mike Mayock, man, who, the vision coming into play, man, the innovative vision, man, the Raiders, man, doing something new, bringing an NFL analyst into play, man, and building that core foundation, man. I just think, this is just going to lead to, things like this when you hit drafts, so you hit 2 back-to-back drafts, maybe hit 1 more draft. We're talking dynasty, guys, and I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here, but yeah. But another thing, yeah, too, you brought up here, I want to yeah, we are, dude. I can't wait to see Abrams, bro. That's the tone setter right there. We got tone setters on this defense. But there was one right here. Okay, Watts Raider put you're right, dude. Carl Nassib from the Tampa Bay. Mike Mayock. Actually, Mike Mayock was talking about him. I was watching the draft and stupid. I hope he, bro. Yeah, no, he got to bring his bucket. He's got to bring. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, no, with the Nassib, dude, he's that. I think Mike Mayock said he played high school ball with his son, or at the same high school as his son. So Mike Mayock watched this kid all through high school, man. So yes, dude, they have something specifically designed. And Mike Mayock, as far as continuity and understanding the player, Mike Mayock has a huge background with Carl Nassib, man. And let me get this comment up right here. Mac Bud, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, buddy. I hope we see you in Vegas. He put, I just hope MoJoe remembers the bucket, and we got to make sure he does, man, because you don't want to step in the chunks, bro. You don't want to be in your fresh Raider kicks and step in them chunks, man. You know, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have a little garden hose outlet over there, if yeah, you know, and all that to, you know, but yeah, we'll bring the bucket. Hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'll bring my bucket, bro, because I got a Jamarcus Russell, I got an old tin bucket, bro, and it's got the Jamarcus Russell number on it and all that. So that's like your puke bucket right there, bro. You can puke in the Jamarcus Russell #1 overall pick bust for the Raiders. You know what I mean? That's the bucket to puke in right there. And yes, AG, yes. Let's see that comment right there. There we go. There we go. Steal of the draft right there. Steal of the draft, man. 14 interceptions. You know, you got Abram, you got Mullen, man. Damon Arnett, man, he's going to be pressing on the side too, man. So we're going to be seeing, man, we got that true nickel pick your pocket DB right there. INT. Hey, Robertson, I need an INT for a TD, baby. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? The Soul Patrol Part 2. I can't wait, Watts. You know what I mean? Hey, Watts, right here, dude. Real quick. If you guys have not seen Soul Patrol on Watts' channel, man, I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you right now, man. Soul Patrol will get your soul. It'll get your soul, man. It'll memorize. It's like I said, we talk about the nostalgic feel, bro, like reliving, you know, like the smell in the air, dude. Like you remember where you were when you saw that game, man. Watts brings it with the Soul Patrol, man. So definitely do not miss that, my man. Right on. Shout out to you, Watts, for bringing that up. Sonjoku, I see you in here, dog. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Loving everything you're doing on your channel, big dog. And you know, then I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate, yeah. I'm not discounting Randall. Randall, you got Demarius Randall back there. You know, I think we're gonna have 3 safeties on the. It's gonna be crazy how they're gonna mix up personnel. You know, because you know you're gonna see a lot of the you know, multiple sets with more personnel. Paul Gunther's gonna mix it up. I'm hoping we see more blitz packages. But I just want to thank you, big dog, man, for keeping me in the loop on the draft in the 2nd and 3rd round when I was in line at In-N-Out Burger, dude. Shout out to you, big dog, man. I appreciate it. I love everything you're doing on the channel. And not only that, but do link up with us, Sonjoku, dude, in the parking lot, man. We're going to have the tailgate going, the nRWo tailgate with MoJoe and all that, man. I hope we see you in Vegas, bro. I hope we see you in Vegas. And it's going to be a good time, bro. So let's see here. KP, dog, I agree. I agree. We could always use another veteran. Yeah, and that's the thing with Damon Arnett, man. You know, you're always going to take a risk on an Ohio State DB, man. I love what Ohio State's doing. Oh, you know, I actually felt like they were kind of robbed in that game versus Clemson, man, that playoff game. So, you know, but Ohio State, man, they put out. I just like a lot of things, man. A lot of people are really high on their defense, as I was as well. But I didn't discount J.K. Dobbins, man. Some of their offensive linemen. They had the guard that came out this year, man. That was pretty good. They just look like a good smash mouth team, dude. And you know, we can't forget, man, what Ohio State, man. I mean, that's a school, man, that has really, you know. And I've always liked their DBs, man. Going back to Sean Springs. Sean Springs was probably one of my favorite DBs coming out of Ohio State, man. Sean Springs was one of those, like, he was almost like a Charles Woodson, man. I just love the Charles Woodson days at Michigan, man. Remember David Boston, dude? When David Boston and David Boston played for Ohio State and Charles Woodson for Michigan, those were the battles, dude. The battles. And Malik Harrison is going to be a good linebacker in this league, man. So, yeah, now check this out. Now, P-Dog, I respect this, dude. Now check this out. I respect this, man, because Garyon Conley was soft. And now check this out, though. Even gets better, guys. And I'm not trying to hate on the guy or anything, but Garyon Conley, the Houston Texans did decline his 5th-year option. They just traded the 3rd-round pick to get him, and they declined his 5th-year option. So that was interesting. I found that pretty interesting right there, man. So yeah, man. So yeah, dude, I'm gonna probably wrap this up, man, because I could keep going and just talking. And you know, one thing I'm going to try to do in the near future, me and MoJoe have both talked about this. You know, we always plan on like a half an hour show to an hour show, man, and we can just talk for hours and hours and hours. And I plan on doing this at 11 And David Boston was a big bodied receiver, man. And beast, dude. That guy was huge, bro. That guy was a freaking big freaking receiver, dude. And that was a battle, dude. When you watch Charles Woodson battle David Boston, that's the kind of DB wide receiver matchup that I love. That's 7-on-7 right there, dude. If you're watching a practice, man, I can't wait till we get all the, now with the new practice facility, man, and all the, I hope we see some more. I know they got to keep certain things secret, man, but like, oh, P-Dog, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Assassin, baby. Hold up. Game changer, baby. We got the game changer right there. So this is one of the best books I ever read. I did not watch. I was born in '78. I did not watch Jack Tatum, but like I said, all the older generation in the family, man, they definitely. When I was a kid, dude, they told me who Jack Tatum was, and I read this book by the time I was 17, dude. I read this book, and that book changed my life, dude, from a mentality standpoint, dude, on an outlook. Looking at things from a positive aspect, doing what you're supposed to do as a man, dude, as a man. So yeah, man, much love to that, P-Dog. I agree 110, dude. So yeah, man, like, but yeah, dude. So like getting back to what we're doing here, man, and all that, like loving to talk football, and all that. And, I can go on for hours, dude, on this stuff. So, oh, right on, brother. I appreciate that, AG. I appreciate that, man. So I'll just give you kind of a heads up, dude. I kind of mix it up on this channel a little bit, dude. I do some videos, some podcasting. I haven't really done. Yeah, he was, bro, and you're right, dude. That's why the book is so important to read, because you get his angle on what he was dealing with, and it really comes down to being a man about it, bro. And he just talks about being a man about it. And I wish this book had more recognition and more influence, just in society, dude. It's a game changer, bro. It really helped me going out. And at age 17, man, you're going through tough time. I mean, I was, bro. I was trying to figure out, like, I'm fucking up, or I was screwed up, and then. So like I had to make a good decision for my future, bro. Like, hey, man, if I'm going to turn 18, I don't want to be getting caught up in shit. You know what I mean? And all that. So, it just helped me make better decisions, bro. And it had a lot to do with being a man about shit, dude, and all that. So I mean, this book is just like, my daughter read this book, dude. And it's crazy, bro. So, I know, bro, I was just about to close it, MoJoe. I was just telling him that you and I both, we were just talking about this, dude. And like we're trying to do like our shows, but we love talking football so much, man. It just goes, oh, this book, dude. Okay. Now let me tell you real quick. This is Final Confessions, bro. So this is all three of his books in one, dude. So you're getting, They Still Call Me an Assassin. You're getting, let me see here. So you get, see here. Writer Dave right here. Okay, so you're getting all three. You're getting all three, dude. This is the one you want to get, dude, right? Because right here, you get all three books, bro. So table of contents right there. You're getting, this is the first book that he wrote. He wrote the first book, They Call Me an Assassin, dude. Basically, I just love it, bro. I plead guilty, but only to aggressive play. I love it. And then he came out with the second book, dude. They Still Call Me an Assassin, because, and then the last one was Final Confession. So it's like three books, bro, basically in one, dude. So like, now real quick, I'll read you a couple quotes out of this book, man. Okay. I was paid to be a warhead, and anyone who came near me should get knocked into hell. I love it. I love it. If professional football is really about some things he says it is, then maybe those of us who really can enjoy the game had better ask ourselves, who are we and what are we about? That's a comment from the New York Post, because they're hating on him, dude. They're hating on that mentality. They don't get it, bro. They don't get it. So you have all the quotes here from like, I just like Jack Tatum's quotes, because you get in here, dude, and you talk, dude, his hit, when he talks about Ohio State, bro, he talks about silencing Ann Arbor, bro, in his first hit on a kickoff. They put him on a kickoff team, and he said, he was in Ann Arbor. I don't want to misquote anything, because I would have to dig deep into that book to find it. I think it was in like the first chapter, but he said that he was in front of 110,000 people in the crowd, everybody going crazy for Michigan, bro. And on the opening kickoff, He hit the kick returner so hard, the crowd went silence, bro. And it was just intense. The book is intense, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this book is a game changer, baby. It's a game changer. It's a soul. It satisfies the soul, man. Everything you love about Raider football, man. And we talk about that, man. I was even talking about last week, dude. Getting into that, we're going to be getting back to work here hopefully soon, man. That mentality of like, go, go, go. Let's do this, man. Let's think with a positive mind and let's get our shit done. So anyway, much love, man. I'm just going to give a quick shout out, dude, to the chat. Fierce Raider, appreciate you, brother. Watts, appreciate you jumping in as always. MoJoe, much love, brother. It's about a tailgate about to go down here, and it's right around the corner, man. It's right around the corner. September is not far away, and then we got AG Raider in the house, bro. I hope to see you at a tailgate. P-Dog, I hope to see you at a tailgate. And then, we're just going to close it out, man. Much love, Raider Nation, man. I'm Raider Dave. And then just to give you a quick heads up, what this podcast is about, we're going to do podcasting. We're going to do live streams. We're going to do video breakdowns, man. I got a Jonathan Abram video coming very soon. We're also going to go over the quarterback position a little bit. So a little bit of everything all rolled into one, man. And that's how we do it out here, Raider Nation style, man. So much love, man. Go Raiders, Stone Raider. Shout out to you, man. MoJoe, all you guys, man. Shout out to freaking RFR Radio, dude. Murph, Swag Jeff, man. It was a pleasure, man, to be with all you guys. MoJoe, everybody from every avenue here on YouTube, man. This is the best community on the internet. Let me say that twice. The best community on the internet is right here on YouTube, man. This is where it goes down, man. And I love it all, bro. I love it all, man. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. But right here on YouTube, this is where we can get down and get into the discussion about this football team, about our culture as a fan base, and about what we're going to bring to the table, man, because 2020 is a whole new era. We have a freaking entire – man, I'm 41 years old, dude. There's a whole new era, a whole new life ahead. I meet people that are 70 years old that took up sailing. You know what I mean? Like, I met an old lady, bro, like 3 years ago. Her new thing is sailing to Catalina Island at 7. So, dude, basically, life, dude, it just gets better and better, man, if you look with that big picture, man. And like I said, man, Fierce Raider 88, much love. Chop, much love, brother. Sunjoku, dude, what's up, brother? I'm going to see you again, man. You're popping up the live streams. Give my man Sunjoku a shout out. Check out his channel, bringing it every day, dude. So much love, dude. I'm fired up, man. Let's get some stuff done, man. And I can't wait, baby. I'm Raider Dave. I'm out. Peace.